We know, we know that Avengers is going to be a big, massive, massive, massive movie. It's going to be the biggest of the year, even beating out, I think, Star Wars Episode 9. I think releasing these films in the same year is going to be funny to watch them compete against each other in the overall box office race. But I don't think that Episode 9 is going to do as well as Avengers. I mean, Episode 8's controversy, Solo's controversy, and everything else in the meantime. But Endgame, man, it's less than a month away. It's right there. It's right there on the tip. We can just taste it. It's there. So the only question then becomes, how much money ultimately is Avengers Endgame going to earn in its opening weekend? Because people have been asking about that, right? People have been really asking about that. And according to this now, it's looking at an $800 million opening weekend worldwide. Now, keep in mind that games like Red Dead Redemption 2 and Grand Theft Auto 5, they hit these kind of numbers in the short amount of time as game sales. But the ticket to entry, the price of admission, is $60 a pop. So they hit there a lot faster with fewer people. We're talking the average price of admission here is like $12, right? Like $12. That is a lot of people. And if you think Captain Marvel is in a lot of theaters, right, over 4,300 theaters, if you think that, then they're going to put this in as many as humanly possible. I wouldn't be surprised if cinemas outright put it in every single theater that they have. But according to this here, it says Disney Marvel Studios Avengers Endgame is already poised to be one of the biggest movies of 2019. No. To be the biggest. Don't even attempt that. That's so stupid to say. But according to Deadline, China authorities have not only approved Endgame to show in their country, but they've given the film an April 24th release. This means that unlike Avengers Infinity War, Endgame will be rolling out in China in step with Middle Kingdom and 2 days before the North American release. And you know what sucks about that, guys? There's a lot of piracy in China, so I fully expect this movie to get leaked online super fast. I fully expect this movie to be leaked online in high 4K quality. It's very fast. This is going to be interesting to see how fast this movie comes out. Now, of course, obviously, none of that's going to matter to anyone who plans on seeing it that weekend. People are going to come out in droves. It's going to become a kill or be killed to get to an early advanced screening of it. Do you want to see the first screening of Avengers Endgame? Then you're going to have to ice some mofos in the process. And that's what I'm thinking here. But they're saying that it's possible this movie could open to roughly $840 million in its opening couple days. That is just insane. Insane. Now, if you recall a couple years ago, when they talked about Avengers 3 and 4 being filmed back to back, the total budget was rumored at $1 billion between the films for all the actors' fees, for the CG, for everything. Infinity War already grossed $2 billion theatrically, not including merchandise or home video sales. Endgame grossing another $2 billion, possibly even $3 billion. Now, I talked about this the other day, where I think that that Endgame and Avatar 2 could be the first two to crack $3 billion. I'm serious. I think Endgame could do it. I think Endgame could absolutely do it. Because what we know right now is that the anticipation is high about this movie, right? The anticipation is insanely high with this film. You're looking at false footage in the trailers. Everyone arguing over what footage is false, poring over the details time and time again. Massive, countless YouTube videos breaking down what we see and trying to explain it in a way that they think is correct, but they ultimately have no idea. That it's all speculation. But as that speculation begins to mount, as that speculation begins to rise, as that speculation hits maximum peak, 8 hours on Viagra, go see a doctor hype. It's all going to lead to those ticket sales opening up and opening up and opening up, and more people going to see these movies. This movie, not these movies, this particular film. Like I said, though, China getting it 2 days early, man. Someone's going to be in there with a high quality camera, ripping that shit off and putting it online. So I guess be on the lookout for that before seeing the movie Thursday, the 25th. Because I guarantee you it's going to be up. It's going to be up fast. And it's going to be up in high quality, because that's how these things operate, which is the side effect to doing the day and date release in these countries. You're always going to have people that do that. And that's kind of the thing too, is I really wonder, I remember seeing some screenshots of the film when it leaked out last year. and it was pretty good pretty quick. So we're only getting better. The technology we see on the screen is getting quickly matched by the technology people carry in their pockets. But I don't think any of it's going to matter. Disney, I don't think gives a crap about piracy in this case, because piracy is not going to do away with the experience. And that's one of the reasons why it's going to look at that kind of $840 million opening weekend. I said the same thing about Avatar. You might sit there and go, Avatar was almost 10 years ago. You can't remember the main characters' names. That would be Jake Sully and Neytiri, from the Na'vi, right? On Pandora, trying to get unobtainium. Now it's all starting to come back to you a little bit, right? But here's the thing. As I talk to you about avatars, I talk to you about the character names and the movie, you start thinking about it, right? And when we think back to things like that, our brain literally creates new memories based on what we know to keep them kind of fresh. But what you're going to remember about Avatar, and I'm saying this in conjunction with Endgame, is it's an experience. The 3D IMAX version of Avatar in 2009 was an experience. And that experience is what you subconsciously remember. That experience is what will get you hyped and excited to go and see Avatar 2, which is why I'm thinking that the hype from the experience of Infinity War, never mind the previous 21 movies, right, that are leading up to Endgame, those experiences are going to put butts in seats multiple times. So yeah, it's totally going to crack 2 billion, if not 3 billion. But we're going to have to wait and see what happens. Anyway, I leave it to you, your thoughts, your opinions. Is this too high of an opening? Is this not realistic? Or do you think it's not even going to come close and it's going to crack 1 billion on its opening weekend, if that's even remotely possible? Let me know down in the comments below.